This show was sponsored by Gibraltar
Realty.
Yes, that's GIBRALTAR Realty. Gibraltar Realty. I was raised in apartments. And don't you think it's time to move your family into a home? The price you pay for renting, you can pay the same or even less for buying a home. I know what you're going to say. What about my bad credit? Well, Gibraltar Realty can connect you with a credit consultant to help you repair your credit and get those scores up to ensure that you qualify for a home loan that's within your budget. They serve all of Southern California. Let me get you that number. That's 909-816-2821. And ask for James Settle. Hi, F.U.L. listeners. On F2, we want to discuss the Cosby situation and what black people want to be called in America. And we have our very own celebrity chef, Ready to Ride segment. It's nice, like that. And we got a treat for you, too. It's our F.U. segment, or that Fuck You segment. Stay tuned. It'll be a great show. No, I do want to add to it. We got our first sponsor. That's Gibraltar Realty. Hey, support them because they support us. Oh, yeah. Let's get in. Let's get it in now. Strap on your seatbelt. This is Cornelius James signing off. Let's get it in.
You are now tuned in to F.U.L. Podcast Show, where family unites listeners and listeners become family. Now allow me to introduce your host, Cornelius James and Mr. Info Joe. And oh yeah, F.U.
Come and talk deserves a walk. Come and talk deserves a walk. Come and talk deserves a walk. Commentating, illustrating.
We created this podcast for the people, for the comments that's not represented. But now we got a voice. Yeah, now we got a voice.
F.U.L. Podcast Show. F.U.L. Podcast Show. F.U.L. Podcast Show.
We're talking about the man whose body of work includes Let's Do It Again, Ghost Dad, Uptown Saturday Night, Fat Albert, my favorite. He also is responsible for A Different World, and we all know the Cosby Show. I'm talking about the man, Mr. Bill Cosby, y'all. He has allegedly been accused by 20 women or more of being a serial rapist. They said most of the time he ate rape drugs slipped into their drinks. Now, all of these allegations are over 30 years old or more. Now, F.U.L. listeners out there, is this another case of the powers that be coming after another brother? Or do you think Mr. Bill Cosby is a serial rapist? Now, all of our F.U.L. listeners out there, chime in and let Info Joe, let them know what you think out there, y'all. Now, we're talking about Mr. Bill Cosby. Now, do you think this is another case of the powers that be coming after another brother, or do you think Mr. Bill Cosby is a serial rapist?
No, I think this is the case of the powers that be with another brother. Although I also think that because he is older and he's not making as much revenue as far as generating in today's society, then whatever was in his closet is being brought to the forefront.
Okay.
And so now,
interesting. It's a different take. Okay, well, we respect your opinion. Okay, nice. Now, Info Joe's got another question to ask you. And it's about Mr. Bill Cosby, Fat Albert, the man himself. Now, is this another case of the powers that be coming after another brother? Or do you think Mr. Bill Cosby is a serial rapist?
Oh, all right. Well, on this topic, I think that they're always trying to put, because coming from the background that he's been, that all black people have grown up seeing him as, And, you know, people watch him on TV growing up as him being like a leader of a family man, a black family man. And so, you know, so I think that they're actually going out for him, you know, so it gives us, it's already a lot of stuff going on with black people, so they just throwing this on top of it, like, look at this, you know, the person that they look up to their whole life, look at him, he was a racist, you know? So honestly, I think that they're going after him, and it's just making us look, you know, even worse as a culture.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, well, thanks, caller. We appreciate your call, and we appreciate your opinion. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about the man, Mr. Fat Albert, man, Mr. Cosby Show, Mr. Different World. Wow. Do you think that it's the powers that be that came to destroy him like they do some of our other brothers, or do you think that he is a serial rapist?
To this day, from everything that I've been watching on this whole case, though, I don't see nothing that supports none of their claims, man. I think that they pretty much is trying to target one of the greatest African-descendant icons. You know what I mean? This brother's been flawless, dude. He's been flawless and been loved by all. You know, he's been criticized by some of our own people, but me personally, I don't see nothing that validates their claim, man. I think they just pretty much just trying to tear that brother down because he's a spotless man. He was gaining too much power by from every viewer, dude. From every ethnicity was loving Bill Cosby, you know, and loving Jello and all everything that that man has endorsed, dude. Everybody was loving him behind him. So I think they're trying to just tear that brother down. He may have said something that was out of rank after they gave him so much power. You know, they only gonna allow you to have so much power. And they think they can still puppeteer your ass. And I don't think he was playing. I don't think he wanted to continuously be a puppy, and spoke out. And they trying to find a way to defame that man and tear him down. So, you know, that's where I stand with it. I think that's bullshit.
Okay. Thanks, Ross. Thanks, man. And we're talking about Mr. Bill Cosby. Now, do you think this is another case of the powers that be coming after another brother? Or do you think Mr. Bill Cosby is a serial rapist?
I think it's too early to state either way. He hasn't really spoken out to give us his side as far as what happened. We've only heard one side, and we all know there's, you know, two stories, two sides. So the Bill Cosby I know and that I grew up on, I don't see that happening. Just a little concerned that why it's taken all these years for this to happen. I'm really curious as far as what actually happened to cause the blow up or the blowout now. But again, I just have to wait to hear what Mr. Cosby has to say. And like he said, he'll have his day in court. So we'll see what happens then.
How do you feel, man? Do you think Bill, talking about Bill Cosby, now, do you think it's the powers that be is just fucking with another brother, tearing him down, or do you think Bill is a serial rapist?
Me, I think Bill is a serial rapist. I think it's both. I think they always wanted, that's what they do. That's what they do best, tear the black man down. But at the same time, you know, maybe if it was 3 or 4 of them saying that the bill made that, but it's not. It's more than 4. That many motherfuckers ain't lying.
That man, no, it's almost over like 20 now.
Yeah, it's in there 20 in there, but like I said about that, you know, Bill was one of the get out there in the media and go real hard on, you know what I'm saying, the youth, the gangs and all of that. But you know what I'm saying, you pointing your finger so you can cover up your trash. That's what you're doing.
Ooh. Deep. All right, we're talking about Fat Albert, Mr. Bill Cosby himself. Now, do you think this is another case of the powers that be coming after another brother, or do you think Mr. Bill Cosby is a serial rapist?
No, I just think it's somebody that's broken. It's the holidays and they need a little cash, so they're trying to get Bill Cosby. That man is old. They need to let him be. Why didn't he come out with this a long time ago? He's 70-some years old. Now you decide that you want to come out here and say he did something to you? Come on now, get over it. The first time she did it, they didn't believe her. But now you want to come at it again?
Right.
Wow.
Our lives are very busy. It's always nice to have something quick and delicious for dinner. Here with the recipe the whole family will enjoy. Please say hello to celebrity chef
Raider Roger.
Yo, what up, though? This your boy Raider Raj here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming to holler at my folks on the F.U.L podcast, you know. Yeah, we do a lot of talking, but you know what? Niggas like to eat, so we gonna show you a little something about, you know, doing a lot of eating. It's one of my personal favorites right here, you know, on a budget. You know, a lot of us be on budget, don't want to say nothing and shit, but I guarantee you gonna dig this here. And as a kid growing up, you already know, famous stretchable meals. Tacos was a treat, but spaghetti was a motherfucker. You can eat spaghetti for 2 or 3 days, right? So dig it. I got this little simple 2-step, like to dance, and niggas like to dance. So dig it.
Yes, sir.
2 steps on a you know, quick, inexpensive meal of spaghetti, right? You know, you're a family of 3 and 4, ain't got that much dough, right? But you can make a meal for 3 or 4 people for about $5. It'd be meatless. You feel like a vegetarian for a minute, but you be full.
Wait, let me say let me just ask you again. Did you say for $5?
For $5, man.
Well, I remember growing up and shit. We learned how to stretch it. But go ahead. I'm excited to hear what you got for us, Raider Rise. I'm excited. You know,
oh man, for sure. It's like $1 a head. It's like feeding a family at the 99 cents. So you ain't, you know, niggas would be full. May not be happy because they ain't got no meat. Now I'm a big nigga. I like some meat in my field, but you know what I'm saying? With my food, nigga, I'm tipping the scales. I'm tipping the scales at 260, 265, 270. Oh, okay, I'm lying. Yeah, you look, I'm lying. I'm 275. All right, I'm lying.
Yes. Well, so we know that you do definitely don't miss meals. So, hey, right, take us all home, man. Take us down the lane of how to make that meal happen, you know?
That is what you do, right? Everybody know you get you some spaghetti sticks. Come on, they buy like $1 at the stove, dude. And you just get you 1 can of tomato, that instant spaghetti sauce. Yeah, that's about it. If you get a name brand like Heinz or El Monte, whatever, you ain't gonna spend no more than like $2. But if you go to a dollar store, homie, you going under. You got a meal. Trust me, still got a meal for $5 because you need something to wash it down with. You gonna spend about $1 for one of those big ass cans, $1 for those sticks. You boil those sticks. It takes about 5-10 minutes to boil those sticks, and while they're boiling, you want to watch your gas bill. Throw that sauce in a Tupperware bowl and put it in that motherfucker in the microwave and roll it. And at that other, like, you got about $3 right there, right? You got no $2 spent. Go there and get you one of the big 3-liter sodas. That's $3.
Yeah.
Cooking on a budget in 10 minutes, you got a meal. That's a quick meal, right?
Wait. Now, what if they wanted a little meat or something in it, you know, and they don't have money for it, you know, pound beef and all that?
Okay, you just spent $3. You got $2 lingering. Again, you at the dollar store. Go over there to the refrigerated part, right? They got the little wieners for $1. You know what I mean? If sometimes if you come up, you might come up a 2 for $1. You feel me? You got 2 for $1. So if you really want to put meat in, like I say, I'm a big old nigga, homie. I gotta have meat, dude. When people say, well, your vegetables look like it's in the sauce. You see that green shit in there? Those are vegetables. That counts. Fuck that. Don't let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you it don't, because it do. You got a nutritious meal, nigga. You gotta have your protein. Get them little cheap wieners. So what they chopped up of chicken, beef, and pork. You know what I mean? Fry them some bitches up right quick while the water's boiling with your noodles. Dig it? Slam it in there, mix it together. You got some salt or seasoning salt. Cause that shit is, you know, it ain't gonna have no flavor. And you don't find nothing in no nigga's kitchen, homie. You gonna find seasoning. You just ain't gonna have a lot of shit to put it in.
You ain't gonna have shit to put it in, but trust and believe this. You do that. I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. Old tortilla shells. Old tortilla shells. You fry those some bitches up and you keep a can of refried beans. I mean, you got yourself some dips and chips right there if you just want to, mix it up a little something.
For the side of the spaghetti. Okay. Now, wait. Let me just give everybody out there, the F.U.L. Listeners. Now, that was the $5 budget meal, right? Now, tell us if you're splurging and you got a few extra dollars to do. Now, tell me what would you do then with your spaghetti?
All right. Now, we gonna knock it up a little bit. For some folks that do know how to cook, and you got that extra, you know what I'm saying? Like the county made a little mistake and put that extra $10, $20 on your books. Yeah, I said books because it's always a fucking penitentiary system no matter where you at. Like, I got $20 extra on my books. I'm about to splurge. I'm going to go ahead and get me about one of those little 3-pound rolls of ground beef. That's the one that carries everything in it.
Yeah, oh yeah, no shit. I know what you're talking about.
That one that carries everything in it. It still got little pieces of organ in there. Just ignore that.
Just ignore that.
Ignore it. Get you some of that. If you want to feel like a gourmet ghetto cook, get you some of those mushrooms that's already sliced up. Right? Grab you an onion, a red onion preferably, and then get you a bell pepper.
Yeah.
You slice those some bitches up. You get that same tomato sauce. If you just want to put your foot in and do it homemade, 3 cans of tomato sauce for $1, the little small ones, regular ones. You get 6 of them some bitches. You get your ground beef. Now this time you really are putting vegetables in it.
yeah. Real.
You chop all that shit up. And the main ingredient, I'm going to tell you, the main thing you really need is garlic powder. Garlic powder and seasoning salt. That's it. You don't want to go with the pepper too much because it'll fuck it up when you put your hot sauce in. And I know niggas put hot sauce on me. I got 3 or 4 different bottles in there for different shit. Trust me.
Well, I remember you telling me a recipe, Raider Raj, that sometimes you have made it, you just cook down whole cloves of garlic. Is that something you do still?
I cook down what now?
Cloves of garlic.
Yeah. It takes a while to cut them up. Like I said, if you just really want to feel like that hell of a chef, get you a whole clove of garlic and whack it up. But nowadays at Food for Less, they got them already pre-minced in the jar. You can get them for like $2 or $3. You can throw that in there, and you just made yourself a black man's Italian-style spaghetti dinner with the regular ground beef and not no substitute like bologna, ham, whatever you got in there. To go with the first recipe, it works just the same.
Nice. Now, I've heard you before to say sometimes when you're splurging, you also use the ground turkey. I heard you tell me that you even cut up the Italian sausage, right?
Yeah. Man, so if you really want to go out there, and make an impression, get some Italian sausage. Put them in the broiler. Broil them some bitches real nice and thick because the Italian sausage got thin skin so you can't fry it. It'll fall apart. But if you wanted to, you just cut that skin and open it up and then scramble that up together like ground beef. Get you the fettuccine noodles, some thicker ones. And then again, go with that tomato sauce that got everything in it already. And then just throw your own touches to it.
Yeah, so you talking about the Prego or the Ragu? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, that shit costs too much. Go with the cans. The cans of Del Monte is cheaper and they damn near taste the same. All you gotta do is add a little bit of seasoning salt to it and a little more garlic powder and you win the game. Motherfuckers think you gotta buy that expensive shit. I'm telling you, I shop on a budget, homie, and we knocked it down.
Okay, well, I got to say, so you just took us from 5 to 50, right?
Not even $50. That's like about 25, 30, if that.
Okay. All right, well, listen, y'all.
But don't forget, though.
Go ahead.
Don't forget, though, if you want hot links, then that's extra. Some people put hot links. I put hot links. I chop up some hot links, throw them in the microwave while everything else is cooking. And then I throw that with some cheese on it to make it fancy and tastier.
All right.
I mean, it's different ways you can go with spaghetti because it's inexpensive and it stretches like 2 or 3 days.
Now, listen, fans and F.U.L. listeners out there, I just want to let y'all know this is In the Kitchen with Raider Raj. And if you want him to, read one of your recipes, if he chooses, as the topic of the day, submit it to F.U.L.podcast@gmail.com. That's ready to ride. Say goodbye to the F.U.L. fans.
All right, my folks. It's ready to ride. Serve a notice. Get your grub on. Holla at you later.
Nice.
Raider Roger. Raider Roger.
This show was sponsored by Gibraltar
Realty.
Yes, that's Gibraltar Realty. Gibraltar Realty. I was raised in an apartment. And don't you think it's time to move your family into a home? The price you pay for renting, you can pay the same or even less for buying a home. I know what you're going to say. What about my bad credit? Well, Gibraltar Realty can connect you with a credit consultant to help you repair your credit and get those scores up to ensure that you qualify for a home loan that's within your budget. They serve all of Southern California. Let me get you that number. That's 909-816-2821. And ask for James Settle.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother,
Mr. Infojo.
Tell them the truth, yo! Tell them the truth!
Mr. Infojo.
Yo, tell them the truth, yo! Tell them the truth!
Mr. Infojo.
Tell them the truth, yo! Tell them the truth!
Yes. This is Info Joe back again. What's up to all of our F.U.L. friends? The topic discussion today is about Raven Simone. Y'all remember her, the young girl that we watched growing up on the Cosby show? Well, she was on Oprah Winfrey's Where Are They Now? And she had some real interesting comments. She says she doesn't like being labeled as an African American. She just wants to be called an American. Now, anybody that knows Info Joe, you know I had to go in hard on this one because I'm a big history buff. Now, let me just give you the facts. The only true Americans are the Native American Indians. Okay? Now, ever since the African slave came to America, we have been labeled or called a bunch of names. First, it was the Negro, which is the Spanish word for black. And the Spanish were some of the first slave owners. And then it was pronounced nigger by the American slave owners. And then it was colored with the ED on the end as if we were colored. And then we flipped nigger into my nigger. Now, how did we allow them to name us? Now, keep in mind, none of the Africans called themselves any of those names until they were enslaved in America. So they would just say, I'm Ethiopian, I'm Egyptian, or they would spit the tribe that they were from, Zulu, or etc. Now, we're saying, but most people say, well, we're African American, which I do think is the most accurate because that's where our ancestors come from. We were born here, but that's where our ancestors come from. Just like you have Irish Americans, Mexican Americans, people that were born here, but their ancestors came from somewhere else. Now, for the most part, even myself, I just say I'm a black man. But that's just color. It doesn't give a full detailed description of me or my culture. Because just by saying I'm black, I can be Jamaican, I could be Belizean, I can be Haitian, Dominican, etc. So that's why I say African American is probably the most accurate. So I pose this question to all of our F.U.L. listeners. Do you think Raven Simone has an identity crisis? Or is she right? Or what do you like to be called? Black, African American, American, or nigger? So all of you F.U.L. listeners out there, can you just chime in and let us know what you think about the whole situation? This is Info Joe.
Mr. Infojo. Mr. Infojo. Mr. Infojo.
Hi, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name's Jay, and I'm calling from the city of 29 Palms.
Thanks for calling in, Jay, joining the F.U.L. podcast family. I just have to ask you a few questions. First of all, I want to know, what do you like to be called or referred to by? You like to be called black, African American, American, or a nigga?
Personally, I like to be called just American. And my views on this, and why I prefer to be called American, honestly, is because I've come into, counter with Africans who come straight from Africa, and they do not respect us here, and they consider us Americans. So they say that we don't relate with their culture. So personally, I agree with them, and I would prefer to be called American. I grew up in America, and I'm from California, grew up in California. I prefer to be called American.
Unfortunately, again, some of our folks are being accepted to what they've been given by these motherfucking jackasses, thinking that's the way to be and shit. I'm going to be an American now. Yeah, okay. Keep thinking you're an American. Keep thinking that. You're in America, but does not mean you're an American. Every individual that comes across these oceans and these waters and these lakes, rivers, mountains, and what the fuck ever they do to get here, they want to be American.
Right.
But as far as my opinion goes, man, call me a man of African descent. Even on applications, that's not on there. I check other. And they're like, other, what do you mean? I'm like, other, I'm of African descendancy. I'm not, I'm not an American by choice. You forced it upon me just like you forced my ancestors to help build this raggedy rat trap of a motherfucking goddamn capitalistic ass country. Greedy, nosy ass motherfuckers, that's what they need to do. Stop being so goddamn greedy, stop being so fucking nosy, and keep their nose out of every other country's business and worry about this motherfucking the local shit that goes on instead of everything that's going on overseas. I ain't that nosy, and a damn sure ain't that greedy.
Well, we got to get back to the point, but we really appreciate that comment. It was on point too. Hi, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Kim. I'm calling from Linwood, California. First, I just want to give major congrats to you, Cornelius James, and Info Joe. Major congrats on F.U.L. podcast. Love that it's for the people, by the people. Glad to be a part of it today.
We love you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, I have a question for you, Kim. Do you like being called black, African American, American, or nigga?
I prefer to be called African American. Prefer to be called African American because my ancestors trace back directly to Africa. Definitely feel that I'm African American.
We got a call on the line. Who are you and where you calling from?
Yo, this is Willie Dynamite, and I'm calling from Vegas.
Hey, that's Sam right there. What's up?
What's up, man? Glad to have you on, man. Glad to have you on.
What's buzzing?
Oh, man. We got a couple of questions, man, and Info Joe will hit you up with them.
Oh, man, I just want to know. Would you like being labeled or called black, African American, American, or a nigga?
Tell me, nigga, what you want to be called? I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead, man. Let's go.
Yeah, just call me black, man.
Just a black man?
I'd rather be called black man,
Okay, can you elaborate on that, brother? Just your reason?
Just being, father being a black ethnicity, but, not all the way black. So, I'm a mutt. I'm mixed. I got a little bit of everything.
Okay.
What is the most dominant one inside me would be the black. That's what stands out. That's what I've had on my papers.
Hi, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Tasha. I'm calling from Moreno Valley.
Hey, Tosh, thanks for calling in to F.U.L. I have a few questions for you. Do you like being called black, African American, American, or nigga?
In my opinion, I like to be called African American because we are from African descent. We were brought here to this country, so which makes us American, although we do not share the same rights as the Caucasian culture.
Hi, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Oh my God, I can't believe I got so. This is Renita calling from Linwood.
Hey, Renita, how you doing today?
Good.
All right, I have a few questions for you. What do you like to be called? Black, African American, American, or a nigga?
Shit, I want to be called Renita.
What do you have to be? What do you like to be called? I mean, label. If someone wants to describe you, what would you say?
But I want to be called Renita. My name is Renita. Why do I got to be stereotyped as a race?
Okay.
Wow, that's deep. That's the first answer question.
Yes.
Response we ever got like that, huh?
Right.
Okay, so that'll be the United States of Renita. Okay.
That's right.
Calling me an African American, like everything is paradise shit. Calling me an African American, like everything is paradise shit.
This is what we call the Fuck You segment. Or the F.U. segment for all you non-cursors out there. Right. So if anybody's ever disrespected you, wronged you, or just pissed you off in a bad way. Yeah. Well, this is that segment. You can name their names or they can remain anonymous, but this is that segment. Get it off your chest. Yes.
Yeah, I want to say fuck you to a lot of motherfuckers out there. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know my name, Renita, remember that. So when y'all hear this, y'all hear fuck you, you know who you are.
Man, check this out. Look, for real business, okay? Way back in the day before I got locked up, right? Okay, I used to do some foul shit, okay? I used to sell some foul shit, all right? And one time, somebody got me, okay? Somebody got me with literally a pound of grass. Literally, grass, okay? Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you.
I want to say a big shout out, a big F you to the person. You know who you are, and you know what you did. And that's all I'm going to leave it at that. A big F you, because you changed your life.
The big F you. You should say like, you bet you. You bet you.
Oh man, that's easy. We gonna start with everybody's favorite. Fuck the fucking police, the sheriff department, especially the Carson division, the motherfucking Lennox division, the motherfucking Linwood division, and the Lancaster and Palmdale divisions. Fuck them all. They cowards. Any motherfucker that's been trained to take you down manually and physically with the other little weapons on their back utility belts but still choose to use their guns, they some coward ass bitches. Fuck them motherfuckers off the bat.
Definitely want to say fuck you to them two white dudes who work on the same floor as I do, who every time I see them on the elevator, they always cut in front of me, never say excuse me, and never let me go on first as gentlemen should.
If there's anybody out there that disrespected you, wronged you, or did something you just didn't like, is there anybody you want to say fuck you to?
Yeah, Sharinda fucking Clark took my daughter. Fuck you, maggot.
This show was sponsored by Gibraltar
Realty. Yes, that's Gibraltar Realty. Gibraltar Realty. I was raised in an apartment. And don't you think it's time to move your family into a home? The price you pay for renting, you can pay the same or even less for buying a home. I know what you're going to say. What about my bad credit? Well, Gibraltar Realty can connect you with a credit consultant to help you repair your credit and get those scores up to ensure that you qualify for a home loan that's within your budget. They serve all of Southern California. Let me get you that number. That's 909-816-2821. And ask for James Settle. This is episode 2, and this is Cornelius James. And this is Info Joe. And we'd like to thank the F.U.L. listeners for participating and giving us that positive feedback. And if you have any comments or you have any ideas about future topics you want us to discuss, we can be reached at F.U.L. Podcast on Facebook, or F.U.L. Podcast on Instagram,
same on Twitter. We're also on SoundCloud, or you can email us at f.u.l@gmail.com. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Now allow me to introduce your host, Cornelius James and Mr. Info Joe. And oh yeah, F.U.